4 times, 11-time All-NBA first team. He did everything. And, I'm going to pick 2. The first one I think was his 81-point game because no one since Wilt has come even close to cracking 100. And the fact that back in 2006, he scored 81 points in a game against the Toronto Raptors, and the way in which he did it. And back then, high-scoring performances weren't really the norm, and Kobe did it. And then fought through the Achilles injury later in his career, came back, and then my other favorite Kobe moment is his game winner in his final game 5 years ago. And this is fresher in my head because ESPN replayed the game Monday night, and I watched it. And, hitting that, going for 60, and really just going out on top, even though the Lakers missed the playoffs, and the whole speech afterwards, and just mic drop, Mamba out. Just left an impact on so many people. And before we go, Ben and I just want to give our heartfelt condolences to the families of everyone affected by this tragedy. There were 3 13-year-old girls on that helicopter who had their whole lives ahead of them. You had, another set of parents. You had another mother who was an assistant coach, the pilot, Gigi, Kobe's daughter, and then, of course, Kobe himself. So our sincere condolences to the families, everyone impacted. Our hearts are with the Bryant family, all of the other families. And it's just hard. It's been a hard couple of days. I can only imagine what they're feeling. I mean, do you have anything else to add before we wrap up?
I mean, everyone on this podcast who listens to this knows that I am a Bulls fan through and through. But you have to think it would be pretty special if the Lakers end up winning the title this year, Jason, and they kind of make this season a tribute to the legacy of Bryant. I mean, you have to feel like there's all of a sudden there's this little extra thing to play for, and even if you're not a Lakers fan, if your team's not in it, you got to start feeling like, maybe I'm gonna kind of pull for this Lakers team, because what a special moment it would be for them to hold up that trophy and LeBron James to say, the guy who made this all possible, the guy who taught me how to do this was Kobe Bryant, and have that kind of be in his memory. I mean, we talked about all the other ways, but that I think would be really special, that his impact on basketball is felt, because I'll kind of end with this, but one of his lasting legacies has been the influence he had on other players. You mentioned this, but if you trace the arc of LeBron's career, it's not hard to see that after he played in the Olympics with Kobe Bryant, his whole mentality changed. His work ethic, quite frankly, changed after that. And a lot of players have been very open about the way that Bryant impacted them. You mentioned the Iverson story, and what a special way for this season to end, other than to see this team, this Lakers team, be galvanized by this, and kind of in memoriam have this season to honor the legacy of one of the all-time greats of their history and in the NBA's history.
Yeah, for sure, because I think the Lakers, with LeBron and Anthony Davis, were kind of in that villainous role. Not a lot of people are rooting for them. You have the Clippers there with Kawhi and Paul George, and now, this shows that we're all human, and that what happened on Sunday is way bigger than basketball. And I think, obviously basketball is a competition, and there's 30 teams trying to win the whole thing. But I think as a world full of basketball fans, I think as a fan, regardless of what team you root for, I think that there's a part of all of us that are hoping that the Lakers can pull this off for Kobe, because I think that would be, a beautiful way to bring some positivity and light into what was just a tragic day for so many. And the league's going to be affected by this for years to come. So I do think that would be nice. So with that, Ben, I think we're going to wrap it up. The good news is I think we're going to do another show that we'll release, either Wednesday or Thursday morning, where we'll get to our usual, marquee matchups and, our all-star reserve predictions. We'll break down Zion, but this one we want it to be for Kobe, for Gianna, for the other 7 people on that plane. And, I don't have anything else to add. Just rest in peace, Mamba. And thank you for everything, Kobe.